A lot of people use this method to make the ends of their firewood stack straight up and down, but a lot of times they don't do it right and it ends up falling over. I'm going to show you how the pros do this the right way so it won't fall over. To do that, we are again going to have to travel back in time to a time before this stack was even a stack. Okay, here we are back in time. Welcome to the past. This video is going to be a lot like my last firewood video, only different. We'll just start out stacking the firewood, same way we did in the last video. If you want to know how we did that, you can go watch the last video if you haven't already. In that one, I show you how to stack firewood in a way that keeps the whole stack from falling over. We're not going to do the ends yet. We're going to start somewhere toward the middle until we find the right pieces we need for the ends. I'm looking for pieces that are more uniform in shape with at least one flat side. We don't want something like this that has a twist in it. Like this piece has a good flat, mostly flat plane, a good uniform shaped piece. Instead of looking through the pile, trying to find the right pieces, I just start stacking somewhere away from the end. When I run into those pieces, I just toss them off to the end where we're going to need them. There's another one. Now we have a good collection over here of pieces that have a flat edge. We'll start stacking those flat side down. We want to arrange them in a way so they don't rock. This one rocks. We don't want that. This corner is sticking up a little bit. I think that's partly why that is. This has a little bit of a twist to it. If we put it this way, it rocks. If we put it this way, it doesn't. So that's a good place to leave it. But we have another problem here. This piece in the middle is higher than the other two. That's going to cause a problem when we put the next piece on. It's going to cause it to rock, and that's going to make an unstable stack. We want to make sure the pieces in the middle are the same height or lower than the outer two. And firewood's not perfect. There's always going to be some movement. We're just trying to get the rocking to a minimum. We'll put the next one on. We want both of these to be close to the same height without much rocking. This has a little bit of a rock to it in that spot. Let's try a different one. That's more stable. It does have a little bit of rock. Sometimes you can help stabilize that by putting a piece in the middle like that. And you don't have to measure each one with a stick. You can eyeball it. This is the first time I've ever used a stick to measure them. I typically don't take this much time doing it. I'm just doing it this way to show you on video. This one has a little bit of rock to it, but it's not much. And when our weight's going to be on it like this, that takes the rock out of it. These pieces are sloped down a little bit this way, which is okay as long as it's sloped toward the pile. We don't want it sloping away from the pile. But we can correct that by putting a larger piece here. That makes this more level. We put a piece in here that's not as tall as these ones. That one's too big, we have a rock. Try that one. Just right. If I have a piece like this, I like this angle to be on the outside, the rounded part being on the inside. Same over here. Again, you can just eyeball this, but I'm showing you with a stick just for video. Got a lot of wobble on this one. Let's try it this way. That's more stable. This is sloped down. This is the small end. This is the big end. Let's try turning it around. That makes it more level. That's not good because it's high in the middle. We can do 4 of them on this one. Over here, it can be good if you find a piece like this where you can tie them together a little bit. The weight of this one will push down on this one and tie it together a little bit. What I don't want to do is put a piece in like this. Now when there's weight on here, it's going to push out on the stack. It's okay to do that in the middle of the stack or anywhere if you have a good firewood rack. But when you're close to this end piece, we want to make bridges, not wedges. I just made that up all by myself. Like I said in the last video, as I'm showing you how to do this, it might seem like it's going to take a long time to have to do all the things I just showed you. Like anything, it might be a little difficult at first, but once you figure out how to do it, I can throw one of these together very quickly with hardly any thought put into it. Here's an extra credit bonus thing I did. I have a longer piece here. I tied it back into the rest of the stack. But that is some advanced Super Ninja Turbo Firewood showing off type thing right there. It's not necessary. If we really wanted to show off, we could start tying it into the rest of the stack like this, which can help give it more stability. But I think I've already reached my show-off quota for today, so we're not going to do this. You could do it that way if you want it to be extra stable, but we're not going to do that. We're just going to do it the regular way. I don't always put them in like this. Sometimes I'll put them in this way. It's just whatever makes for the most stable stack. Now we have a good stable stack that shouldn't fall over. The top's a little wobbly because there's not much weight on it, but the bottom is pretty steady because all this weight is holding it down. That is not going to fall over, ever, for any reason. Okay, it might fall over, but when you do it like this, I think it's much less likely to fall over than if you were to make it all wobbly and teetery, unless a bear came along, started climbing on it. That would probably knock it over. I would not put it past a bear to do something like that. If a bear knocked one of your stacks over, then you too would know what it's like to not have nice things because of bears. Although around here the bears aren't so bad. It's the coast and the ranch where they're the problem. Around here I sent all the bad bears over the hill. One of my viewers has a place over there. He has to deal with all the bad bears chewing up his fuel cans and whatnot, but better him than me. Speaking of things climbing on things, a stack like this is made for normal firewood storage conditions. Conditions where the firewood's just sitting there holding itself up. It is not designed for conditions where the stack might experience some kind of trauma. An example of a trauma it could experience could be something like a young child trying to climb up on it. That might knock it over. That could cause problems for the stack, but maybe even more importantly, that could cause problems for the child if it was to fall on them. If there could be young children playing around your stack of firewood, this may not be the best method. In that case, you might want to have a good sturdy firewood rack. Something that'll help keep it from falling over, or even better yet, keep your young kids away from your firewood stack. Unless the kids are old enough, you can safely get them to stack the wood for you. There you have it, your public service announcement for today. Could have made this a little bit higher, would be more comfortable. Does this remind you of anyone? Well, heidi ho, good neighbor. If you want to learn more Super Turbo Ninja firewood techniques, I'll put some videos up here at the end for you to watch. Actually, these ones are not Super Turbo Ninja level. These are just regular level. I'm waiting to do those videos until I think you're ready for it, such as how to get the firewood to stack itself. Yeah, I'm waiting for you to be ready to move on to that level. Has nothing to do with me not knowing how to do that or anything. But go watch those, and hopefully we can soon graduate you out of regular level.